Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It is Thursday, November 2nd, 2023. My name is Jennifer Cotton, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas. That means I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. So, good morning and welcome. Thank you for being here. Whether it is your first time watching or you've been here before, thank you so much. Good morning over here on YouTube to Melly from Italy. Great to see you. Sue, good morning to you in Chile, Green Bay, Wisconsin. V, good morning in Southern California. Got the sunglasses and tropical tree going. Kylie, good morning. Debbie, good morning. Watching while you work in Irving. Woo! Zana in the UK, good morning to you, or good afternoon to you. Facebook user, good morning. I think that's Pat. Sandy, good morning to you. I am having a good week, Sandy. Just busy as usual, but thank you. Thanks for sharing. Pat, Charlotte, good morning. Great day and to be a Texas Ranger fan. Let me put that on the screen. So I'm in Midlothian, Texas, and the Texas Rangers, Arlington is not far from me at all, won the World Series last night. I am not into sports, but I know this is very exciting. So congratulations, everybody. And it's funny, I have some people on my team who live in Texas who are not. They are sports fans, but they're not into the Texas Rangers. And we have some team members from other states as well who are like, boo. But anyway, it's funny how sports are. But congratulations, all the Rangers fans. Landa, good morning. Judy, good morning to you. Hey, Robin, good morning, sunshine. Julie, good morning and thanks for sharing. Marcella, good morning. And sunny, cold, is that Maryland? I can barely see. And Janet, sunny but cold, North Carolina. All right, good to see everybody. I'm going to try one more time on my iPad. It wouldn't let me find this video in my VIP group, but I can tell y'all are watching there due to the no name comments. Yeah, I don't know why I can't see this video. It's not showing here for me. Therefore, I'm just not going to be able to see names today. Facebook is weird. Okay, so if you're watching in the Facebook group and I can't see your name, let me enlarge this screen. Please just comment with your name. I can see the page, but not the group. All right. Anyway, we'll move on. Cindy, good morning. Ooh, Julie, it's 36 where she is. I am at 41 degrees. I think it's getting up to 50 something today. And then next week we will be back in the 80s. So that's Texas. Xana, if you weren't busy and had a busy week, I'd be very worried about you. Exactly. Xana, that's very true. All right. So like I said, my name is Jennifer Cotton. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator 22 years in November. I don't remember the date. I'll have to look it up. But this is my 22-year anniversary month of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I do this as a full-time business, which means for me, it means I offer lots of events that anyone can take all over the U.S. and then tutorials you can purchase anywhere in the world. So anyway, that's me. Let me remind you guys that later today, I'll add timestamps to the YouTube video. This is being streamed on YouTube and Facebook. But when you're watching the recording on YouTube, you will be able to click around to the portion of the video you want to watch. You'll just click more or show more on the description, which will open up my full description where I have lots of links and information for you, in addition to these timestamps that will be added manually by me later today. And then tomorrow, November 3rd, I'll add a link over here to take you straight to my blog, stamptherapist.com, which you can see listed right there, stamptherapist.com. Okay, so that is just some info for you guys. Lori, good morning in Minnesota. Thank you for sharing and liking. Cindy, I think I said thanks for sharing. I forgot. Terry, good morning. I'm trying to see if I missed anybody. Marcella, did I say good morning to you? Yes. Okay. Awesome. All right, so let me jump in. Oh, as you guys come on the video, please say hi, make a comment, replay, or live, YouTube, or Facebook. On YouTube, by the way, on replay, the way you make a comment is just a video comment. It's not a live chat comment, but we still look at those comments as well. Of course, all of that helps me if you say hi, if you click like, if you subscribe, if you follow, if you give a thumbs up next to the live chat over on YouTube. Whatever you do, it's all helpful. So thank you very much. So as a reward for commenting on the video, you'll be entered to win the cards I'm going to make today. I'm going to make 3 cards with the Horse and Sleigh Bundle. And then if you share the video, comment that you shared the way Cindy just did, the way Lori just did, and that will get you entered a second time to win the 3 cards. For my greetings, I'm also using the Christmas Classics stamp set, which is an awesome bundle. So I'll show you more about all of that when I start making the cards later. But anyway, that's the stamps I'm using to make the 3 cards today that you have a chance to win just by commenting on the video. So you can say hi, you can, what do you call it? Talk to each other. You can ask questions or comment about something I said. All of that gets you entered. Trisha, good morning. Carmen, good morning in Georgia. Judy, thank you for sharing. And Seal, good morning to you as well. B, thanks for sharing. Okay, so I'm going to jump in with my events. I offer events all over the U.S. that anyone can take. If you do not live in the U.S., you can purchase the tutorials only, but of course my team gets those for free. All of my tutorials and the ones I do with April and Alejandra, my team gets those for free. So each event is going to include a PDF written tutorial with step-by-step instructions and all of your measurements. We cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible unless otherwise stated in the registration. You do cut your own designer paper or kit components if they are, a pack or a portion of a pack is included with your fee. Again, you can get the tutorials only anywhere in the world, or you can take the classes if you live in the United States. They are all offered to go, and some of them are offered in person. Okay, so I just sent out my email yesterday with all of my November events. Every single month I have card class, scrapbook class, Stamp-A-Stack, and sampler class that anyone can take in person or to go. And then if you live local, you can even check out the supplies from my house and stamp those at home. So that's card, scrapbook, sampler, and Stamp-A-Stack. In person is happening November 18th in DeSoto, Texas. Please come. And then to go will be mailed November 20th. So what are we doing? You need to register by card and scrapbook by November 16th, but they are while supplies last. And card, we make 4 cards for $15 free with a $20 order. And we're using the Trucking Along bundle and the Cheers to the Season stamp set. So we're making Christmas cards for card class in November. 4 cards, 15 free with a $20 order. You do have to register for these classes, even though these 2 are free with an order. You register, you'll get the host code in the registration, and you'll place your order, or I can invoice you. Okay, so that's card. Register by November 16th or while supplies last. And again, it's in person November 18th, mailed November 20th. Scrapbook is 3 12x12 pages for $15 free with a $20 order. We are going to make page 2 to our Christmas page we made last month with the Merry and Bright bundle. And then 2 additional Christmas pages that are different with the Christmas Classics bundle, which is actually this bundle right here that I'm using today. And of course, we'll be using designer paper and stuff to fill up all the space. It's going to be super pretty. Don't you worry. So that's 3 12x12 pages for $15 free with a $20 order. Ooh, Judy had their first hard freeze this morning. Dang. Oh, by the way, yes, welcome to Christmas season, everybody. It's November 2nd, so it's Christmas season, right? If you're in the U.S., Thanksgiving is coming at the end of the month. But everybody's already in Christmas season. It's time to make those cards, make those gift packagings. People are starting to decorate. Literally, they're starting to decorate. It's Christmas season. So welcome to Christmas season and the first freeze of the season, Judy. Melly, thanks for sharing. Marcella, thank you for sharing. Rosemary, good morning to you. Brenda, good morning. Awesome. Glad you guys are all here. Okay, so heard about scrapbook class, same deadlines as card. The next two are Stamp-A-Stack and Sampler. These have a earlier registration date because we have to cut a lot more stuff. So November 12th is your registration date. In person, November 18th, mailed November 20th. You can join the club on both of these, Stamp-A-Stack Club, Sampler Club. You can cancel club at any time, but the club is cheaper. You save $2 a month. And after 6 consecutive months of being in the club, you earn $25 in free merchandise of your choice from me. Now, what was I going to say about the clubs? Oh, I have one more thought that's not written down here. Okay, so we're going to skip that, but, oh, I know what it is. Each club includes over $20 in merchandise. Over $20 in merchandise. So like a half a bag of designer paper, a portion of ribbon, maybe a half a roll. It depends on the month. It might be a full roll. I don't know yet this month. An embellishment, etc. So you get over $20 in merchandise in each of these individually. Okay, so let's start with Sampler. We're using the Merry and Bright bundle. I'm going to grab my catalog here. I haven't designed any classes yet. I'm hoping to get to that next week. We shall see, but I have a deadline. Okay, page 9. So Club Sampler this month is Merry and Bright. I just think, I can turn to page 9 now. I just think it's going to make such a bright, cheery, fun Christmas sampler. The sampler is the 12 by 12 framed art that you can decorate your own home with, give as a gift. It makes a great host gift or a friend gift. You can just put it in a 12 by 12 shadow box, kind of like this 12 by 12 shadow box. This is a past class sampler. And you can change it out monthly if you want in your own home, or gift it just like this. I do have a link to some frames in like on my blog and stuff, stamptherapist.com, over on the events side. Let me show you the sampler we made last month. Autumn Leaves. I thought it turned out great. I hope you guys liked it who took it. It is, of course, sold out. So that's the sampler from last month, 12 by 12. I think I said that. So we're doing Merry and Bright. But I always offer 3 Christmas samplers because I only have 1 month to do it, and there's so much good stuff in these catalogs. So I'm offering 2 additional samplers that my club members can add on, and anyone can just pick and choose a la carte. It's in the one registration link. So the next one is the Merriest Trees, because of course I love those trees so much. This is going to give me another chance to use them. And I have to find them though. And anyway, they're going to make a great sampler. Like you can make 5 or 6 different sizes of Christmas trees with these dies. Those dies I think are temporarily not orderable, but they're coming back. Don't worry. Hey, Mary Ann, good to see you. I love the giant smiley face. Terry, thanks for sharing. Let me look at this inventory. Merriest Trees, November 6th is the estimated date. No problem. That's like in a couple of days from now. So let's look at Merriest Trees. Probably you'll have them already because they're so amazing. Page 12. And I'm planning to use probably in the forest designer paper with this sampler. But when I start designing, if I don't like it, I'll switch. But there we go. Merriest Trees. And then the other one is the Very Cute. Of course, I'm going to do a Very Cute sampler because, of course, it's going to be adorable. Very cute. So take 1, take 2, take all 3. You only pay 1 shipping, by the way. I put it all in there. If it costs more, it just costs more. So you can take all of these classes I'm talking about right now for 1 shipping price. Okay, hope that made sense. If you have any questions, let me know. The class is $37. The club is $35. Links will be in my 1 o'clock email today to join the club, to sign up for the individual classes, all the events I'm talking about. Just scroll to the bottom of the email. If you're not on my email list, join it right now, up here on Facebook, down here on YouTube. Okay, next up, Charlene, good morning from Newfoundland, Canada. I always say that weird. But good morning and thank you for being here. Terry, thanks for sharing. I just thought of something I need to say at the end. So I'm going to jot it down if I still might not remember. But anyway, okay, so Stamp a Stack, last but not least, Stamp a Stack. This is 12 cards. 12 cards. It's a lot. 4 designs. $20 in merchandise. You pay $35. If you join the club, you usually get a little gift from me in your club packet. I wish I had last month's club packets, but I have 0 left to show you. We're using the Joy of Noel bundle. Let me look it up in the back here. 12 cards, over $20 in merchandise. We cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible. All you do is stamp and assemble. And if you're in the club, you get a little gift, Joy of Noel, which is not guaranteed, but we haven't missed a month in a long time. This is the bundle, Joy of Noel. Is that not going to make gorgeous Christmas cards? Yes, it is. Of course, you get your PDF tutorial. Anyway, I just think it's a great deal. And then here's all the stuff that matches it. So it's going to be great. Joy of Noel bundle. Stamp a Stack, 12 cards, 4 designs, 3 of each. Cut, ready for you to stamp and assemble with that PDF tutorial. So join or register by November 12th for both of those. I hope you're with me on what all I just said. Here, I'll put up on the screen a little thing about my clubs. $20 in merch, PDF tutorial, $25 gift after 6 consecutive months, even though you can cancel anytime. And you can slowly build your stamp collection by adding on the bundles at a discount each month, which is completely optional. Okay, next up is my bingo. So I am very excited about this bingo. I always do a Christmas gift tags bingo in December, and by customer request, I actually changed what stamp set I'm using. So I'm using the Sending Cheer bundle, and I came up with 4 large tags and 2 gift card holders that you will get to make. Again, we cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible. You stamp and assemble with the PDF tutorial, but on this one, you can actually stamp along with me on the Zoom if you want. So bingo is December 7th on Zoom at 6:30 p.m. Central. You need to register by November 26th, and we are going to mail your kit by November 30th. That gives 7 to 8 days for that kit to get to you. Plenty of time. But even if you don't have the kit, when we do bingo, you can still play bingo. You still can win hundreds of dollars in prizes. Those are the door prizes we give out. And then you can still watch a stamp, and you can assemble your cards later. So these are the gift card holders and tags. These 2 are the gift card holders. Super cute. These are the 4 tags. See how big they are? They're awesome. Of course, they say to and from on the back. I think you should register. It's fun. And this is the one event I do where we are on Zoom together. So you get to interact with me and my other friends who are on Zoom. You get to ask questions at the end when we're stamping and give input. Like a lot of times someone will be like, oh, does anyone have so-and-so product? How do you use it? And it might not even be me that has the good answer. It might be any other person in the group. So we can talk back and forth. It's just a lot of fun. Terry said, love me some bingo. Thank you, Joyce. So if you guys like these projects, register for bingo. You'll get a cut, die cut, punch, and emboss. Now you can click the bingo link and only purchase the tutorials only, FYI. My team gets those for free, of course, but you can register just for the tutorials as well for those 4 tags and 2 gift card holders. That's more projects than we usually do at Bingo, but it's Christmas. Why not? Okay. Up next is retreats. I'm jotting down. So we just had an in-person retreat. It was awesome. If you're not part of the Simply Spoiled Retreats Facebook group, join it. You can see pictures from our retreat. You'll get a sneak peek, especially if you purchased the retreat in a box, of some of the gifts and make and take projects, which I've unpacked, but I have literally a box over here full of all of my gifts. Where am I pointing? And projects, except for the make and take projects are still on a display board. So I don't have any of that to show right now, but it was amazing. And of course we have fun in person. So we have 2 in-person retreats. You can join us in next year, March 28th and June 20th, 2023 in Temple, Texas. And here's the info. You get an 8-foot table. You get tons of lighting. You get your meals. You get a bed to sleep in, and you get fun. You get to use April and Mai. April's my retreat partner. Stamps and supplies to make your make and takes, 10 or more make and takes, $50 goodie bag, etc. But anyway, you get to use our stamps to make those projects and stamp our class optional classes if you add those on. Obviously, we're going to use stuff from the new catalog, which we get to see by November 11th, or at least I do because I registered for Onstage. Any demonstrators who register for Onstage get to see it first. That's a side note. So we will start deciding, we'll start thinking about what we're going to use starting that day. But anyway, that's it. Those will be offered to go, of course, for those who cannot make it. But if you want to go, you should register. It's going to be fun. That is a different location than you'll see in those photos, by the way. It's a different location. Okay, and last but not least is the crafting cruise. We have our crafting cruise is coming up in January. I did just have someone register for it this week, like Monday. I think it was Monday. So you can still register, but just get with our travel agent ASAP, because it's getting to that time where even the cruise line is not taking people anymore. But if they'll take you, we'll take you at this time. We haven't ordered our stuff yet. So there is some pictures from last year. We had an amazing time on, I think, Allure of the Seas, but we're going to be on Harmony of the Seas this year out of Galveston, Texas. 6 self-paced classes included. You don't have to do the crafting portion. Anyone you bring, spouse, friends, whoever, children, don't have to pay for that portion. It's a lot of fun. So we just have a few spots left in the crafting room, but you can register. So let me know if you have any questions on any of these events. Okay, Shirley, good morning. Thank you for sharing. Joyce, thank you for sharing. Marlene, thank you. So Marlene said, congratulations on all your honors this year. Thank you so much, Marlene. So yesterday, Stampin' Up announced their, I guess, top demonstrators for last Stampin' Up year, which ended September 30th. They go October 1 through September 30th for recognition, earning incentive trips, all that stuff. So thank you, Marlene. And thank everyone who's watching, because even if you just watch my videos, or you purchase classes, or you attend events, or you click a like on a video sometime, that all helps me. Of course, if you're on my team, of course, that all helps me in these rankings. And so I was number 31 in the United States overall. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for the hearts and thumbs ups on Facebook. And there's other rankings. So basically in the other rankings, they do top 30. I mean, like who, I don't know, gets their name announced, but then they list whoever is past 30. So in one of the categories, I was number 31. Woo woo. Barely didn't make the cut. That was leadership, which is like with your team. I was maybe 37. I don't know. It was in the 30s in the other two, sales and recruiting, I think they call it. So it still counts. It still counts. It just doesn't count in the one list. But thank you guys so much. I am the worst at like posting about that stuff. I just feel awkward with it, but I do want to give a thank you, like a verbal thank you to all of my customers and team members and video watchers and all those people. Of course, Scott. Okay, Brittany knew right when to jump up here. She said, "What about me? I was around last year." But no, seriously, thank you guys all very much. Thank you, Lori. Thanks, Chris, Joyce, Facebook user, because I can't read y'all's names today. Oh my gosh. Landa said her suitcase is in the living room ready to pack for cruise right now. Yes, Landa. I've already been thinking about that too. Thinking about clothes. Me and Landa are always like, oh, what are we going to, not that we dress it up, but what are we going to wear on formal night? Blah, blah, blah. It's funny. Cindy, good morning. Thanks for sharing. Xana, thank you so much. Carmen, thank you. Robin, thank you. Cindy, thank you. So yeah, thank y'all very much. I do want to acknowledge that there's literally no way I could have done that without all of you guys. So thank you. All right. So links to all the stuff I just talked about will be in the email 1 o'clock today. FYI, thank you for the hearts. FYI, November 7th. So today's the 2nd. 5 days, but I forgot what day of the week it is. Let me look. Tuesday, November 7th, in the online store. Of course, if you just go to my store. Thank you, Oma. New product is coming out. New product. I've shown you some of the new product. There's even more than that coming out. I don't know if I've seen it all. They showed us a sneak peek over in the leaders group with Stampin' Up, but that might have been everything. I don't know. But there's some cool stuff coming out. There's like a soda. I have a cat here. Soda can, I call it Coke. Stamp set that's super cute with matching dies. I can't even remember what else they showed us. She's going to bite me now. So lots of cool stuff coming November 7th. So go check it out. It will be while supplies last. Some of it might get restocked. Some might not. But even if it gets restocked, it might take a minute. So if you really see anything you want on November 7th, get it right then. And of course, if you're a demonstrator, you can pre-order some of that now. And by the way, welcome to all my new team members. We had a ton of people take advantage of our kit special in October under me and under my team. So welcome all the new team members. You can order a bunch of this stuff now, of course, with your discount. But anyway, the main thing I want y'all to know is while supplies last, which again kind of goes for this catalog too. The last chance list for this book comes out at like the end of this month. So it's time to get what you want. Now, of course, when I'm going to point the camera down is when the cat is up here. This is Brittany for anyone who doesn't know. Hi, Chris, thank you for sharing. Yes, I was at retreat, Julie. I'm not sure if you asked anything, but this weekend we were at retreat. April and I were together. Look at her. She's so cute, but you got to go. I didn't think the cat was going to bother us today because she was being very calm all morning. Usually she's all worked up on Thursdays for some reason. Okay, so I'm going to put the camera down. Oh, yeah. She chose violence to congratulate me, Chris said. The cat did. Yeah, she said, I will get on this video even if it's my tail. Okay. Let me point the camera down. I showed y'all a picture on Facebook of all the cards I got in the mail, like in the envelopes. So I wanted to show the cards, of course. And I can't remember. I feel like I showed this one already, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I got this from Terry. Super cute Halloween card. Also, she put something in there that I needed to get from her as a desperate measure. So thank you, Terry, for the thing you sent me and the nice card. Love it. This was from Linda. I just have to make sure. Yes. Look at that autumn paper, which is back in stock. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Gorgeous card there from Linda with money inside, of course. Thank you, Linda. This is from Oma, who was here a minute ago. Maybe Oma's still here. Gorgeous card. Thank you, Oma. Wishing me and the family well. Love that card, by the way. Thank you. Halloween from Becky. Look how cute. It's so cute. You can still get them bones, even though Halloween's passed. You might want it for next year or to do some scrapbooking on Halloween. This one is from Sharon, also with money, but look at that gorgeous card. Again, the autumn paper, just cutting those pieces apart and spreading them, like it looks amazing. So thank you very much, Sharon. And then Linda Carver, yes. She made a nice little stand-up display card for me with some money inside. Thank you, Linda. And then this one is from Sue. Thank you so much, Sue. Love that card. All right, so thank you all for mailing me cards. I love it. And I always keep those. They don't get given away. I laid these here just to show you what we're going to make at my team meeting this month. We have 2 or 3 packets left. But anyway, when you're on my team, you get the opportunity to purchase $10 make and takes. So you pay $10, you get about $8 in product, and we die cut, punch, and emboss. By we, I mean Landa. A regular Landa, please. A hand clap emoji. And anyway, it goes along with our monthly team gathering, but some people just purchase this and they don't even attend the meeting. Some do both, whatever. The meeting this month is on Zoom. In December, we have a party, but we will stream part of that on Facebook. And anyway, so there you go. Just wanted to show that off. More Christmas tags, because now's the time for that. And love making my own Christmas tags. Okay, so the cards I'm going to make today are for my November ordering special. So, yeah. So I want to tell you about that real quick. Thank you, Facebook user who I think is Pat. If I can't see your name, I blank out. Thank you for saying yay, Landa. Yes, Anna, she does know when I'm live. Hey, Stella, good morning. Okay. With your online order from me in November 2023, you can earn a class packet. So if your order is $25 or more with that host code, you get a free class to make 4 cards with the Horse and Sleigh Bundle. $50 or more, you'll also get a free full silver and gold ribbon combo pack. For those, anything under 150, you have to use that host code to qualify for this special. I have a video right in my emails and on my blog showing you how to enter the host code. Now, if you go over 150, though, you don't use the host code. And in that case, I can't make my mouse work. There it goes. In that case, over 150, I'll still give you the 2 gifts, and then Stampin' Up will give you at least $15 in free merchandise of your choice, which I cover in that video as well. So here's the ribbon. It's the gold and silver trim combo pack. You'll get a full pack of that with 50 or more. And with at least 25 or more, again, with the host code, you're going to receive the packet to make 4 cards. Now, the reason I have Christmas Classics out is I chose to use these for my greetings. This stamp set has great greetings in it, but I love Christmas Classics, so that's why I used it. But, okay, so Horse and Sleigh is one of those online products. It's only found in our online store. It came out quite a while ago, but knock on wood, currently it's still available. So I showed it at the time it came out on a video, like I showed what I'm doing right now, the stamp set and dies. It's a bundle. But I'll show it again real quick. So the Stamp set is photopolymer. Let's see. It's pretty much really a lot larger in real life than the images you see here on the front of the case. Let me grab, here's the horse and sleigh image. A lot bigger than what you see on the front there. There are 10 stamps. We have the greetings, wishing you a season of cheer and a happy new year, sending warmth your way, and then this really tiny little joyful. Then we have the image that is a horse pulling a sleigh, 2 people inside the sleigh, and it is outlined so it can be colored in. There is a sort of bear-ish tree. Sorry, I was listening to who's calling. I don't know what kind of tree this is, but it's really tall. It has kind of like pine needles on it, but it's not shaped like a Christmas tree, so that kind of tree. And then there's this other branchy thing that to me looks like they branch from a Christmas tree, like one branch. However, I've seen people use it as a single tree on cards, so I don't know. There's like a sort of a snowy image, but they're more like not sketched, tiny little brush strokes instead of dots. And then there's a rabbit that is jumping, and there's a little ground below him. So that's the whole set. Photopolymer. And then so weird, I have to put that back the right way. Then the matching dies, so you can cut out the horse and sleigh image, the stamped one. You can cut out both of the trees or branches, whatever we call them. There's also a single tree with no leaves on it type die cut, or I could see that being a branch as well. Like you could just make a swag wreathy kind of thing. There's 2 different snowy hills, so it cuts out basically a little pile of snow here. They're about 3 inches long and a ½ inch tall. The other one's a little shorter. They're different shapes. You can use them together. And it puts little embossed marks at the top of the snowy hills. Not hills, like just a little mound of snow. Like 3 little bumps on it kind of deal. Then you can cut out the rabbit. And then these 2 are details to put on the sleigh. There's a curvy one to go like at the edge of the sleigh. And then the blades, I guess, that the sleigh runs on. And I'll use those today. Okay, 9 dies. So that is the bundle. Look here. Hey, Cindy, no problem being a little late. How many were at retreat? This is a different retreat center we use, Julie. It only holds 14 plus me and April, so 16 of us. But that's the max. Like, of course, we had people that wanted in, but they couldn't get in. Christmas Classics. I've shown this. I think I've shown this on other videos. But this is from the holiday catalog. There is a bundle, and you won't need the bundle, of course, to make your cards. You don't even have to have this stamp set because it's just the words. You can substitute other words to make these cards when you earn them free from me with your order online this month. But there are 13 dies that have there's awesome label type shapes, there's frames, there's leaves, all kinds of stuff with the dies. I did use one of the dies to make the long skinny label that you'll see on one of the cards, but an alarm went off on my phone. We will die cut that for you. So anyway, just know that's a bundle, Christmas Classics. But this stamp set's photopolymer, actual size on the front of the, maybe it might be shrunk down. It sounds like my phone is still vibrating. It might be shrunk down the tiniest bit, but it's pretty much actual size. So it's mostly words in a really pretty font: season's greetings, Christmas, deck the halls, peace on earth, tidings of comfort and joy. Those all involve cursive. And then we have the straight fonts: happy, merry, wishes, holidays to you and yours. Those are all caps, like typewriter font, as I call it. And Obviously, you can mix and match to make different phrases. There's a branch of a pine, like Christmas tree branch. There's a 3 holly leaves image that you can color in. There's 3 berries. Obviously, you can die cut all these out from the dies here. And then there's like a little border image and a little corner decorative image. Okay, so that is that. We are going to get started with card 1. You're going to get in your packet a half sheet of white for scrap paper. Several things will get stamped on that. And I'm going to make 3 of the 4 cards today in this free class, but I will show you card number 4, of course. And I made these cards while I was on the retreat, so I did cut these packets at retreat, but I did not pre-stamp anything or pre-die cut or pre-color anything. So you will have to bear with me today. And I just realized there's something missing on this paper. Oh, and if anything's missing, thank goodness everything's right around me so I can grab it. Anything missing from this table. Okay, so I just realized something else was to stamp on my scrap over here. Do it right now. It's going to be probably fine. Okay, now here is the packet for card number 1. Card number 1. We have a pebbled path card base. You just take your 8.5 by 11 paper and cut it in half. You will get 2 cards out of 1 piece of paper. It will fit into the normal invitation size envelope. I think we call them A4 in the US. This is our clear invitation size envelope, but of course we have white and vanilla that are super high quality. This is a white one. Of course, you can stamp on those that your card will fit in. Okay, so a pebbled path card base, and then the other pieces for this card. And just a quick reminder, as you come on this video, make sure you say hi, leave a comment, and or share the video and comment that you shared to be entered to win these 3 cards I'm making today. Okay, just going to do it this way. So we have a piece of basic white. I'll have all the measurements on my blog, stamptherapist.com at 11 a.m. Central. And there it is right there, stamptherapist.com, 11 a.m. Central. I'll have all these measurements for you. And then I have a piece of pebbled path cardstock that has been die cut from the, did I pull these dies? Of course not. Deckled rectangle dies, which I think are temporarily not orderable. I don't know where mine are at the moment. I do, but it'll take me too long to get there. But they're obviously layering dies. They're all rectangles and they all have a torn edge look. So I put the measurements to these on the blog post. I know I did. So you'll see it there. Anyway, we have the pretty large pebbled path one and then the basic white one to layer on top of it. This will be a portrait shaped card. So everything's going up and down. Then I'm going to have a piece of this designer paper called One Horse Open Sleigh. This is also an online exclusive. I just have a couple of packs here because I don't know what all designs I have. I've mixed them up and all that. Here's the piece I cut from. So it's got the pebbled path color scheme along with what are our neutrals in here? Crumb cake, pebbled path. Those are going to be the main 2 from all these colors listed in this sheet. And so anyway, what this particular sheet is a bunch of trees, like tall, skinny pine type trees overlapping each other with a pretty light, very light crumb cake or pebbled path background. But also for this card, I might use for you, so I have enough paper, the more of a wood grain look in the same colors. And even this piece here without the fox, that just is like a light background with sort of some trees printed on it. So of course, there are designs on the backs of these papers that are gorgeous. This designer paper, it's 6x6. It's available online while supplies last. It's like some natural patterns, you know, like the wood grain type. There's wintry scenes. There's full-on scenes, like this has a cabin on it, a little fence, well, a couple of cabins, trees, snow, etc. There's regular background patterns, more tree, like a tree scene, regular pattern. We got pool party, red. I guess I've flipped this for display. The one I just showed you with it's got a little fox running on it, mainly a white background, makes you really feel snow, but then some light trees. And then the back of that is a really dark wood grain. So you get the idea here. Scenes and patterns. Scenes and patterns. Real natural. The backside, a lot of the backsides, there's the one I'm using on the card right now, can be used for non-holiday. And even these, just a winter birthday or whatever. Winter thank you, winter sympathy, etc. The real red patterns are really nice. Again, take Christmas out of the equation, and that can be used for literally anything. This pool party one, same deal. So there's even some mossy meadow, just again, a pattern. It's a pattern. That can be masculine, it can be whatever. This other large cabin with Christmas lights all over it and in the couple of the trees. So gorgeous paper. Get it before it does sell out because it is while supplies last. Again, more patterns. Misty Moonlight, gorgeous color in this paper. Okay. So long story short there is that your packet might have one of these three patterns in it. But I have the trees for this card today. And that is 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. That's the piece that will go in, on the front of this card. I forgot to fold it already. It's going to be a Z fold card. I'm trying to put this back, y'all. Come on. I'm going to have to do it off later when I'm not doing a video. I was going to say off camera, but really off camera. Okay. And then last but not least, this is that label I told you I used from the Christmas Classics dies. It's basic white. It is I don't remember if I put this on the blog. So it's about 3/4 by 3.5 inches long. Basic white label. There is a little beveled edge. It's a rectangle and the corners are slightly cut off. To make it look fancy, you know. And then I have a piece of that gold and silver trim ribbon stuff. All right, let's fold the card base. The bone folder. I'm going to fold it in half. Pebbled path, in case you forgot from 10 minutes ago. And then fold that back in half all the way to the left. So super simple, fun fold anyone can do with no tools except a bone folder. And you have that Z fold. The white piece will go on the inside. The right size? I don't think it is. Hold on, let me check this. I'm going to walk over here to my cutter. 5 1/4. Wrong size. 5/4. See, this is what happens when you cut this stuff at retreat. For this card, it's 5 1/4 by 4. Yeah. Okay, so basic white will go on the inside. But I'm going to stamp on that. And then, let me just lay it out real quick. Of course, the designer paper on the left and this on the front. So I'm going to stamp. Actually, I'm not stamping on this white piece. It's a background. I'm going to stamp on the white for the inside, the label, and my scrap here. So on this scrap of white, you'll have a half sheet in your packet. You're going to stamp these images here for for all of the cards, all 4. So for this card, I need these 2 trees. I think it would be best to go ahead and stamp out the whole sheet so you have enough space. So this is Pebbled Path. This is for a different card. Pebbled Path. horse and sleigh image. I'm going to stamp it over here on the left. And then I'm going to clean this off and stamp the two black. These two are black. Possibly hard to tell the difference in the video. These two are black. This horse and sleigh is Pebbled Path. And, but anyway, I want them to be the different colors. So I'm going to color these two in, and I'm not going to color that one in. So hopefully I'm making sense. I want to stamp these now so I see where I can fit these trees in. I have a Memento black ink pad. I'm going to press harder on this pad because it's a firm pad. Tapping multiple times to get a good image there on this horse and sleigh. Nice and firm. If you don't have a very, very firm, hard, smooth table like mine, make sure you get that foam mat underneath this paper. Foam Stampin' Pierce mat. 126199. That will give you the good stamped image with your photopolymer stamps. Whoops. Pay attention to what you're doing also. Okay. The reason I don't want to just use that paper, in case you're like, you have one stamped right there, just use it. That's my sample for Landa when we cut for this in a month from now, and we've forgotten everything that we said. All right, so here's the tall tree image. It's the full tree with the little pine-like branches. I'm going to stamp it twice in Pebbled Path. Ignore any colors I have written on these stamps, on these clear blocks. This was a yesterday. Oh crap, the stamps aren't mounted because I made them at retreat instead of making them and putting them on this table immediately like I usually do. Kind of moment yesterday, so I panicked, mounted all my stamps. Okay, now that you have everything stamped, we're going to loosely cut around the images before die cutting out, because I said so. There are reasons. It will make your life easier and your paper better. Put this one aside for now. Okay, so I'm going to die cut these two trees out. Do that stamping in a minute. Stamp and cut and emboss machine. My tree there. Let me grab this die. Let me see if you guys are still watching. Peggy, good morning. Thank you, Julie. Let me find the die. I'm trying to look at these comments. Mildred, hello. Stella, love the trim. Definitely. Ooh, Marianne, love Pebbled Path. Yes. One of my favorite new colors. It's such a good neutral. Like, it's really dark, but it's not like as dark as black. Yeah, it's just an awesome color. Okay, I've got the die aligned. I'm gonna lock it in place, and of course you only need to go through one time, and you can go from the other side as well. You can run the machine the other direction as well. It doesn't matter. I need to pull it this way because I won't be able to see it if it's way over there. Other than that, though, you can do it either way. By the way, side note, I started yesterday my process of cleaning this room where I move some of the boxes I have in here to another room in the house so that I can get boxes off of a table in here onto a shelf and hopefully have some table space in here cleared off. Okay, there's my two trees. So it might look kind of clean next time you come in here, Landa. Okay, let's do the greeting. I'm going to use Pebbled Path ink. This is going to say Seasons Greetings, which is a long, like seasons and greetings are all in the same line instead of being stacked. It's all cursive. It's gorgeous. Pebbled Path, and I'm stamping it on that white label. So nice, that font. Somebody with really pretty, nice, professional handwriting signed it or wrote it. Okay, and sorry, I forgot I still need this. And last but not least, on this piece of white here that's going to go inside the card, so I have a portrait laying on my table portrait. I'm going to grab a piece of scratch paper and stamp off. I'm going to ink up this tree again in Pebbled Path ink. I'm going to stamp it off fully onto scratch paper and then stamp it down in the bottom right hand corner of the white, hanging off the right side, hanging off the bottom a little bit. And I'm going to repeat that again, but this time go to the left of it a little and a little lower. So 2 trees there overlapping each other, sorry, in the bottom right hand corner. Now we're ready to put this card together. This is the simplest card I'm making today. Not that the others are difficult or anything. I realized a mess I need to clean up. Can't do right now. Okay, so adhesive. Just put the inside piece in here. So Horse and Sleigh has been around for quite a while. I'm wondering if you guys, do you have it already? Have you seen it? Do you remember? I don't think it ever went back ordered. I can't remember now. But anyway, it came out quite a while ago. So I'll put the designer paper on the left, the white on the inside. I'm going to attach this white piece to this die cut white deckled rectangle to the Pebble Path one. And then these 2 trees, my 2 die cut trees, one will be attached flat a little to the left on this rectangle and higher. Then I'm going to attach the other, so it's actually hanging off the top edge. And then Stampin' Dimensionals. Use that one on the second tree. I'm thinking how many I'll put on here. Maybe 4. 4 Stampin' Dimensionals on that tree. And it's going to go a little lower to the right, overlapping the other one. Something like that. And don't worry about how the bottom, I was like, why is it? Because I forgot I moved the camera for the video, the die cutting. Don't worry how these look stupid down here. We're going to cover that up with the greeting. Okay, so let's attach this to the front of the card like that. Isn't that nice? Hey, Martha, good morning. Hey, Linda, good morning to you. Okay, so I'm going to attach to the left. Usually I use Stampin' Dimensionals, but I decided to make this one flat. But either way, how I do that is I flip the piece of paper over top to bottom because on this rectangle, I only need adhesive on the left half that will be touching the front left flap. If anything is sticking down to the right side, it's going to close your card up. You won't be able to open it. So that's just my visual guide on that. And then flip it back over and attach it, just pretty much centering it. So no adhesive here. Now it opens like that, super cute. We'll add the greeting down here toward the bottom of the trees, covering up the tree trunks fully. And I'm actually covering up the bottom of the white decal there. This is going to be added with Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'll use about 3. I want to make sure they're on the, within the decal, not hanging over the edge, especially on the right side, and not accidentally stacking one on top of this raised up tree here. just try to center the greeting-ish on this card. Oh, I forgot. I messed up. I think I did this the first time I made this card too. It's fine. I'll fix it. So there's that part. I mean, just a gorgeous, simple Christmas card, like elegant, you know, not a ton of stuff going on. It's just nice and simple. Then I'm going to take my silver trim. Again, you get a full pack of this free, silver and gold, with a 50 or more online order plus the class packet in November. There's the host code right there. You only get the ribbon through November 15th, and I'll offer a different accessory. I'm going to tie, let me start over because I forgot to say it. I'm tying it in a bunny ears bow. The 2 bunny ears, lots of space in between the 2 ears. Don't twist and turn that twine. Trim, keep it flat. But you need lots of space here. If your fingers are basically touching, you can't pull them apart. You're too close together. Make the tails about even. Right loop over left. Push the right loop down into the rabbit hole and pull. And it'll look weird, and you'll fix it by pulling and pulling as needed. Okay, so we're going to make this bow, and then we were supposed to make the bow and put it on before the greeting, but it'll be fine. I'm going to add a mini glue dot to the bow. I'm going to lift up Season's Greetings here and put it on the bottom left corner of the rectangle, and then the greeting goes down on top of it, and nobody will ever know. It's fine. That's card number 1. You could have more designer paper on the inside if you wanted to. It is 6x6 paper, so you don't get as many out of a sheet. So you might want to consider that when you're considering adding designer paper right here. Anyway, that is card number 1. I'm going to add a dimensional here on the edge to go over the ribbon. Card number 1. Pebble path is really elegant. Oh, here, yes. Thank you, Cindy. Thanks, Martha. I know, Sandy, my favorite fold as well. Oh, yeah, deckled rectangles, Cindy. I'm glad you mentioned that because I forgot to say. Deckled rectangles, November 6th. You got 4 days. 4 days. That's an estimated date. They could come in sooner. They could push it later if the truck, who knows what happens, with trucks and boats. But November 6th for deckled rectangles. And they literally just went on back order. We had someone at retreat getting our starter kit, and she put them on there. April and I didn't even realize they were not orderable. So that was like, we were like, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't get those. So hopefully that helps, Cindy. They're coming back in a few days. All right, card number 2. Card number 2. Woohoo. We are going to have a basic white card base. No more Z folds, just regular boring folding. But I do use the bone folder when I fold in half because it puts less crinkles and wrinkles on the inside. If you don't use the bone folder, your paper's more wrinkled up on the inside. And this will be a landscape card, so I'm going to put that white card base aside. And then I have basic white. I don't know what I'm saying. Literally. I have next layer is Pool Party. Excuse me. This had something stuck to it in my packet. I think I must have tried to use it one time and then changed my mind. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's got adhesive. There was actually a piece of other designer paper stuck to it. And I was like, well, I'm not letting this go to waste, so I'll use it on my card. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, Pool Party cardstock is the next layer. Again, I have these measurements on the blog at 11 a.m. Central. Pool Party. Then the next layer is this gorgeous paper. Guess where it's found? Online exclusives, which just means in my online store. So this is the naturally gilded paper. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, Robin, the Jennifer fold. Exactly. Naturally gilded. So you get 3 colors: gold, silver, and copper. The patterns and it's a foil, so they're shiny. The patterns are a little different on each one. So the gold, it's more of a yellow background and then gold foil flower. They're like wildflowers, but they're just solid. You can't put my sweater on for a minute. There's no detail in the flowers. It's like the silhouette, I guess. Is that the right word, everybody? The silhouette of the flowers. And then splatter. It's just gorgeous. So, and they're all growing up. Then the one I'm using is the one with like trees growing up all the way from the bottom to the top, long, skinny trunks with some things shooting off of them and a bunch of splatter. So white background, silver. And then last but not least, the copper is, again, it's kind of like wildflowers growing up top to bottom, but much smaller scale than the other two. Much smaller scale, lots of splatter. White background, copper. So two have a white background. The gold has a more like a yellow background. Obviously, it's a gold tone, but it's not foil. Hope that makes sense. The backs are just white, so you can't use the back. You get two of each design, 2 sheets of each design in this naturally gilded. And anytime, especially if I say it's an online exclusive, which is what this pink dot means for me, it is while supplies last. With the holiday, with people really getting into the holiday card making, that could push these into sold out. Okay, so we have those 3 pieces. Then I have a white label for my greeting. So this basic white label has been die cut with the natural prints print dies label right there. Natural prints, there's a whole stamp set that goes with it. It has a wreath in there like that you can just die cut out. You don't even have to stamp it, but there are some stamped images, but that label right there is really pretty. It's just kind of a fancy little nice shape label. Okay, then I have a piece of the silver ribbon, and then I have something that sold out as I was making these cards, literally, not exaggerating. I made these cards. I took a picture, I put them away at retreat, and then my friend Amy came over and was like, hey, by the way, silver and gold glimmer sold out. I was like, what? So I'm going to use it anyway. We have enough to give you what you need in your packet, which is these 3 pieces right here. I think it's the only card I used it on, but it's sold out. You cannot buy this glimmer paper anymore. And what I have here is a strip that I'm going to use behind my greeting, and then 2 die cut pieces, the 2 details for the sleigh. All right, so stamping wise, remember our basic white scrap we had. We're going to stamp the horse and sleigh in Memento Black, which I stamped on the last card. I'm going to loosely cut it out. Now for my other 2 cards, I have the Pebbled Path sleigh and the black one. And I'm going to die cut this out and then color it in. I do recommend you die cut first, because what if your die cut slips and you spent all that time coloring? You're going to be like me. You're going to flip out. I'm actually going to go ahead and die cut out both of the black ones, because that's the other card I'm going to make today. So here's the die. We will align it on the machine and run it through. We stamped in Memento Black, which is a water-based ink, so that we could die cut out in, we stamped in Memento Black ink, which is a water-based ink, so that we could color in with Stampin' Blends, which are an alcohol-based marker. So water, stamp in water, color in alcohol, or stamp in StazOn and watercolor. StazOn is a solvent waterproof ink. Hold on, I feel like it's a tiny bit off. Let me get the glasses. I just glanced over and the cat's kind of giving me an evil look. Like, you'll pay for this later. She's laying in my office chair. You could tape this down. I usually don't. Like washi tape or sticky note or Post-it tape. And those are perfectly fine to use. I just usually do. Okay, so when you take it off, it'll look like that. And you'll have these little pieces. Make sure you always clean off everything off of your plate so that it doesn't embed itself into the plate or like make a bump into your next image. Okay, I'm going to cut the other one real quick for our last card. Again, is the black one. The Pebbled Path one is the card I'm not making today, but I'll show you that card. That one has no coloring. Okay. All right. Hey, Cindy, thanks for sharing. Sherry, thank you for sharing. Good morning to you. Carol, good morning in Connecticut. Thanks for sharing. Need to waste time cleaning that up right now. Actually, I might need these glasses for coloring as well. Okay, so to color this one in with this pool party, the pool party and silver themed card, we're going to use Smoky Slate for the horse, pool party for the sleigh, and I think just dark real red for the pieces of the horse gear. Those are the three colors I'm going to use for this card. I have other colors for the other one. Okay, so I'm going to color the sleigh pool party. So again, these are alcohol-based markers. They're super blendable. Like you won't have streaks on your projects. Just make sure you use a water-based ink. Stays on is alcohol-based, so it would also smear and blend with the blending of these inks. I use the fine point there to color that this one detail on the sleigh with dark pool party. Let's see if I can use this. And then I'm going to go over the whole thing with light. So I'm just going to use the bullet point because my other tip is drying out, which is normal. Mine get used in classes with tons of people, and these are consumable. Anyway, I'm just using the fine point. It's the same difference. You just have to color a little extra time. And when you color with the light, if you do it in this order, you do go over the dark as well, which again blends the two together. It sort of blurs out the lines of distinction between light and dark, but yet you can still see the shadow. Also, you can go put, color with light, add your shadow, go back with the light and blend it out. There's not a right or wrong way to do it. And there's way more advanced ways to do it than what I'm doing. Mine is the bare basics. This marker is drying out. I'm always like, I can get more ink out of it before I have more markers here. But before I will go get a new one, I'm like, let me milk every ounce of ink. See how I'm using the side? And it's going to look beautiful. That's the thing. At first, I did have some little streaky lines from the fine tip here. They are 1000% gone. I should have showed you when I had the lines, but they're gone because it blends. It blends. Well, that's the name, blends. Yeah, it looks gorgeous now. See, it's fine. Now, yeah, I need a new light marker, but I do have one. I'm just being lazy. Okay, the horse is going to be Smoky Slate. It's going to look great with this silver. So I'm going to take dark and put some, this light. Take dark and put some shadows where I think there should be some shadows. I'm not artistic, so I either use the Stampin' Up artwork. See how they draw these little sketchy lines? To me, that means darker. right there, or look at what someone did on Pinterest. Those are my two options. So I'm adding the dark, and then I'll go over it with the light all over. Now, again, even on my technique, I can go back and add more dark, blend it back out with the light, go back and add more, blend it back out. I can also, what do you call it? Use the color lifter, which is a little pin just like this. It's clear to lighten up certain areas. So it's real forgiving. Also, if you just want to color with one color and don't use light and dark, like I'm going to do with the red, it's just the smoothest marker application you've ever seen. Now, you guys could color more, like the hooves. I'm not coloring the hooves. You could color, I don't know, every little part, you could color it with your other colors of blends. I'm also not coloring the people on this one. Why? Because I'm not. It kind of highlights the horse and sleigh, and it yeah, it just kind of highlights that portion, sorry. But it would also look perfectly fine if they were colored. So these are sort of design choices here. This horse has like a little hood on. I don't know what that's called on its head. And almost every time I accidentally color it the color of the horse. But I didn't today. But usually I just color over it with whatever color I want it to be, and it's fine. Should have put some dark on those hooves right there. Not the hooves, but the hair at the bottom of the feet. How we doing? Having fun with internet here, dropping in and out, Xana. I can relate. I added some dark, and I'm just going to go back in with a little light and blur it out. There's that. Blinders. Janet says these are blinders. That makes sense. I know these. I mean, I appreciate y'all saying what they are, and I know they have real names, but what is that called? There's a word I'm thinking of. Reins. I guess part of it is the reins. It's part of the reins. I know that's not, but the thing they're holding on to. That's probably the only word I know. And my daughter is into horses. She knows how to ride horses. She knows all this equipment, but I never learned it for me. All right. So there we go. That's the coloring for this one. I just used the red dark to color whatever those parts are of the reins, I guess. And by the way, you do not have to only use the fine tip. That's just what I usually use personally. I have the brush tips taped off here so they didn't get used in a class, so that they stay in good condition, but they work. They're just taped off because of a class. But I personally usually prefer the fine point for me. It's not right or wrong. It's just for me. I'm going to open and show y'all. See, it's perfectly fine. It works. It's just covered up. What was I going to say for me? Oh, because I don't know why. I just do. Usually I'm coloring small areas. Now, I could have used the brush tip pretty easy on this big area here, but it was dried out. All right, so there we go. Now, greeting. This card is going to say tidings of comfort and joy. By the way, I just love that greeting from Christmas Classics. The way they designed it is so pretty. It has tidings of, in all caps, find my ink pad, and then below that, comfort in a really pretty ornate cursive. Then below that is the ampersand sign, and then below to the right of that is joy in a really, really gorgeous all caps font. No, it's fine. Anyway, look at it. Look at it. Tidings of comfort and joy. So pretty. That's from Christmas Classics. And I stamped it in Smoky Slate. Smoky Slate. All right, so now this card can be start to be put together. So I'm going to attach, I need to trim this piece real quick. Designer paper. Okay, so this is the naturally gilded in silver. I'm going to attach it to the Pool Party cardstock. Just using Stampin' Seal there, super strong adhesive. You don't need a ton for this kind of stuff. Then that gets attached to my card base, the basic white. This is landscape again. Then just for spacing, I'm going to set those down. I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. Ooh, almost knocked that off. On the sleigh. What time is it? Why am I so hungry? Why am I always hungry on these videos? I swear it's like something with my metabolism getting worked up doing a video. I don't know. Okay, so I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dimensionals. Mini though. By the way, I forgot to mention I use mini Stampin' Dimensionals. You can use the big ones. They work pretty much exactly the same. But some people prefer the big ones. I prefer the mini. Doesn't matter. It's your choice. Okay, so the sleigh is just going to go front and center toward the bottom, maybe ½ inch from the bottom. Boom. We can add this pre-die cut silver glimmer ornate detail that goes on the top edge of the sleigh there. This glimmer paper, which is sold out, was sticky back. Usually when you die cut it, the protective coating comes off, which it did. And just being honest, it's not crazy sticky. So I am just going to add, I'm going to use my silicone craft sheet here. I'm going to add a little adhesive to it to make sure it actually stays on here. So if you are making these on your own and you don't have this silver glimmer, you probably have something. But if not, silver foil, more dazzle, anything like that will be fine. Oops. And then same thing here for but you'll receive these exact pieces with or without the backing on, because it might fall off if you buy this packet from me, which is, you don't buy it, you get it free with the class or with an order. My goodness, you get it free with an online order. Okay, so I added some adhesive to the sort of like blades on the sleigh and attached that right on top there, on top of the stamped image. Okay, what else? Thank you, Judy. My little strip here of silver, I'm going to attach it to the back. It's like 5/8 inch or so, but I'll put the measurement will be on the blog. I'm attaching it behind this label, trying to center it. And it's okay, it's not perfectly centered because I'm going to then cut the ends at a V. So I'm just going to make one straight cut up the center. Get the glasses back on. And then cut from the corner to that center point, corner to center point on both sides. So I'm making a banner on each side. That. And again, that was the silver foil. Okay, I need to tie my bow. Excuse me, at this point. This is the silver trim, exactly like the bow I made on the last card. I have to drink some water. And it's going to go under the greeting as well, but on the right side. Let's see if I need to make the bow bigger. I'm going to redo it because my tails were not very even. Come on, even tails this time. So I don't want the bow too small because it needs to show out from under this greeting that I'm tucking it under. Okay, so the greeting is just going to float right above the horse and sleigh, kind of in that center of that section above. The bow will be tucked under it to the right. So just measure it out, see where it's going to go, and then glue dot that bow on there. You could glue the bow also to the greeting instead if you wanted. There, then I'm going to add dimensionals to my greeting. Make sure you kind of touch that silver glimmer if you end up having that as well, which will keep that in place. And I just scooted this bottom right dimensional over to the left a little bit so it doesn't hit that bow. You can put more dimensionals than my 4, but this is plenty. That card is finished. See what you think. Okay, now it looks tiny if you're going to take everything away like that, Jennifer. I'm going to clean up my trash here for a second while I leave that card there. Here is my original version. Pretty similar. Thanks, Cindy. Thanks, Facebook user. I know, it's definitely nothing new to me being hungry, Xana. That's so true. It's rare when I'm not hungry during these videos. Cool. Okay, so second card you can win today, possibly by commenting on the video. And then oh well, too late for this. Nope. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna ignore that note I wrote to myself. You have a chance to win these cards just by commenting on the video, even on replay, don't worry. On YouTube and Facebook as well. I think I just said on replay. I was reading a comment. But you can get this whole class packet sent to you for free with your online order in November of 25 or more. There's the host code. You can read all about the special at stamптherapist.com. And of course, in the email that will go out at 1 o'clock today. Okay, so card number three. And I was looking, Peggy said, unfortunately, I didn't purchase this set as I have several Christmas themed stamps and dies to be used. Don't we all, Peggy? So I don't know if you have anything you can substitute, use the layouts and stuff. That could be cool. And also, oh, Peggy, still time to get it if you change your mind. Still time to get it. Okay, so this card is basic white card base. I'm going to fold it in half, 5.5 by 8.5. But thank you, Peggy. You said beautiful card as well, by the way. Portrait, design, layout, whatever. Then we have a layer of Misty Moonlight cardstock that has been embossed with the Snowfall Sky embossing folder. That is our current snowflake embossing folder. Super cute. It's one of the 6x6 folders. It is, it goes like there's less snow at the top and it gets thicker as it goes to the bottom of the folder, or vice versa, however you want to look at it. It's a 3D thick folder. And within, so there's like dots of snow plus larger snowflakes sprinkled around. So it's really cool. And so I embossed that Misty Moonlight. Turn my heater back on. I'm like, hot, cold, hot, cold. Then we have a slightly larger piece of basic white cardstock that has been embossed, not embossed, die cut with the Aspen Tree dies. That's these dies right here. They're in our annual catalog. and they are, I can't remember what all was out when they first came out. But if y'all remember, it was super popular. Oh, it was there. There's a bird in the annual catalog stamp that I think they were bundled together, right? I'm trying to find it real quick. And anyway, it was super popular. And then people, of course, are still using it always, like throughout the year, these dies. But then there's certain things that come out like this that go with it really well. I never can find the Christmas stuff. Oh, boom, I found it. Yes, perched in a tree. And now it says coordinates with the aspen tree dies. It was bundled. So that branch and that bird, yes, are in these dies. I remember now. It's all coming back to me. Right there. You can cut out the bird and the branch from perched in a tree. But this die right here that just cuts out these aspen trees, it like makes a window, a floating oval window. It's amazing. And then when I was using this for this, I was like, oh, I forgot there was 2 leaves in this set, 2 die cut leaves that have veins. I guess they're aspen tree leaves, whatever. But I mean, I would use it as fall just because, you know, I don't know, leaves. Gorgeous. And then there's just like a flowery standalone die. So aspen tree dies. If you forgot about them, get them back out. If you don't have them, get them. But you probably didn't forget about them because y'all are good. Okay, then I have a basic white banner for my greeting from Stylish Shapes Dies. And then last but not least, I have the larger snowy hill die cut from Horse and Sleigh Dies, which I showed y'all earlier. It's the larger. Then on my scrap of basic white, we stamped the Horse and Sleigh in Memento Black again, die cut it out, and we're going to use that on this card as well. So let me go ahead and stamp my greeting just to get that out of the way. This card is going to say Merry Christmas. And so it's 2 stamps from Christmas Classics. And I want real red ink. And I'm going to stamp Christmas first. Super pretty, elegant cursive font. Right in the center. Toward the bottom though. And then Mary will go above it. I'm putting it right after the H, the cursive H. Real red. Merry Christmas. Isn't that gorgeous? Us. Yes, it is. I answered my own question. Okay. Now we get to color in the horse and sleigh again. So I think I'm using, I'll just say what it is. It's fine. I am using, hold on, let me look at it. Yes. Real red, light and dark. Misty Moonlight, light and dark. Pool Party, light and dark. Ivory and or bronze. And then Pecan Pie, light and dark. These aren't labeled yet. I haven't used them in a class yet. Okay. Ivory and bronze is for my skin tones. We have a full range of skin tones. So, like, you can get way more accurate with your skin tones, but this is for video purposes. It's simple. I'm going to grab my glasses. I'm just going to do this first. I wish I could put the camera over there on the cat. Y'all would see how funny she is. So on this, really the only place you see the skin tones on this is the faces on these images. Because the hands actually, from what I've seen, how other people colored it, is gloves. And you could do a skin tone, but it's a glove, so it'll be a glove color. This sleigh is going to be real red. So I'm going to do exactly what I did on the other one and go dark on that stripe, that one line that swirly line that Stampin' Up! Has drawn there, and then light all over. So now I'm using the brush tip in like I wanted to with my pool party, but it was too dry. By the way, that pool party being dry, my blends last a really long time. The super light colors do fade out a little faster, but mine last a really long time. So it's not really an issue. Of course, I put the lid on the moment I'm finished coloring. And in between coloring, like if I'm going to go back to it. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I do. And I store them laying flat, not up or down. But yeah, so I didn't want y'all to think, because I said that blend was drying out, that they're poor quality. They're not. Okay. There's that. Then I'm trying to remember, it's kind of hard to see. So I'm going to get Dark Misty Moonlight. And this person on the left, I'm going to say is a man. I'm going to do a, not that women don't wear blue, but you know, I'm going to do Misty Moonlight on his clothes, which I don't really understand these clothes they're wearing. It looks like robes to me, but I think it's like winter coats. Anyway, so I did dark on the brim of the hat and light misty on the top of the hat, and light dark on the like brim of his coat, and light on this part of his coat. It is kind of funny how they drew these images. I don't really understand all the little parts down here on the people. I'm trying to look. Oh, I just left the hands white. Again, you can go more detailed. You can color it, whatever. That might be a scarf. I don't know, y'all. Ooh, I have the dies, but not the stamp set. Yes, Cindy. Oh, for Aspen, I bet you're saying. I thought you meant this one. Yes. Okay, lady's going to be pool party. So let's go dark for her hat. Dark on her little lapels, whatever this is. And then I'm just going to do light pool party all down here. I mean, I think these people are wearing a blanket. It's just so... I don't really understand this. And then there's like these two things. I'm not trying to down this set because I think it looks amazing. I just don't know what it is. There's two like things right here. And so all I knew to do was look on Pinterest and see what color people were coloring those. And they're coloring them like brown. Like, are they giant acorns? I'm not sure. I'm just going to use pecan pie and color these two things. If y'all have any, maybe it has something to do with sledding that I don't know about. If y'all have any info for me on what that is, let me know. Okay, there we go. The horse, I'm going to go ahead and do the red again for the reins or whatever these are. I'm going to color it first. That's probably how I should do it every time. Anyway, but the horse is going to be pecan pie in this card. So pecan pie is a really nice brown. Just FYI, really nice brown. So you could also use, obviously the horse could be any color. However, sort of brown tones, those natural tone Stampin' Blends are really good to get different color horses as well. But I'm just going to do pecan pie. I'm coloring this exactly like I did the last one as far as where I'm placing dark and light and how I'm blending it. That's why I'm not giving too many details. I'm trying to hurry. And I think I said this before, but I don't know if I really made myself clear. But if you, the way these are no streak is if you see a streak, color over it. Color over that whole section. And the streak will disappear. Or a blob or whatever it is you see. I think I did forget. I don't know if I mentioned it or not. This is my favorite. Oh, I think that should be red. I just figured out that's the blinder thing that I think Janet was telling me. If, what was I going to say? Lost it. I'm laughing at myself because whatever I was going to say is completely 100% gone. I don't even know what it was in reference to. So normally I would have pre-colored this, but I was at retreat and honestly I didn't even think about it. And then I got home and I was like, oh, you're so prepared for your video. And then yesterday when I'm typing my notes and blog posts and all, I'm like, oh, you're not so prepared for this video. You don't have the stamps mounted. You haven't pulled your ink colors, nothing. All right, there they are. There they are. Love the aspen tree dies perched in the tree, Janet. Thank you. I didn't see your comment in time. Oh my goodness. Carol, thanks. Facebook user, thanks. Carol, watching while I work. Like this says, I have several friends that own horses. Ooh, very nice. Yes, you could make them a card using this set. Thank y'all for telling me perched in a tree. Aspen turns a beautiful gold in the fall. Ooh, okay, Janet, good to know. So, boom, deck of those leaves in gold. Gorgeous. Sorry, I was reading the comments. Let me finish this card. Hey, Helen, thank you. GN, thank you. Cindy, love my blends. Exactly. And I'm not into coloring, by the way, because like it's time consuming and y'all know me. But blends make it so easy and they can make you look artistic, maybe not to like a Chris Tremere level, but for Jennifer Cotton, they make you look artistic even if you're not. So, all right, let's put it together. So I'm going to first just go ahead and attach this Misty Moonlight embossed with the snowflakes to my card base. Just center it. It's 4 by 5 1/4. Center it so that it won't show when we put this on top. Hold on, did I just mess up? Hold on. Let's don't do that. Don't do that. Instead, let's attach the horse and sleigh. Okay, I really wish I hadn't done that. I'm going to place it where I think I want it to go on the, actually that kind of matters. It's easier. Place it where you want it to be on the card. Don't glue it down. Place the aspen tree on top, which should have this much of a border. It's like a 16th inch border. You need to keep that border intact when you're figuring out where you want your horse and sleigh to be placed, because that's where it's going to end up on the card. So whatever's showing will show, whatever's not showing will not show. So what do you want? How high do you want this? Do you want the faces to show in that little spot right there? Do you not care about the faces, etc.? Okay, so I'm going to put them there. Put a little adhesive on the thing to hold the horse down. There we go. Okay, so you needed to position that first. Then we need to trim off the excess. Sorry, all the coloring I did on this little horse. Bye. Sorry, sleigh. You're getting cut. Okay. Now, this piece here is so that it doesn't look funny when you look through the aspen tree die. So this little snowy hill thing, we're going to glue it flat right in the bottom middle. That's where this goes the lowest. And it's going to look real cute under there. Now, pretend I didn't say glue the blue down. Now glue the blue down, the Misty Moonlight. I'll add a little more adhesive because my thing was probably dirty and got dirt on it. Now this could make a really cool shaker card, but I'm not. but it could. Thank you, Chris. You would put a window sheet here. You would put like little snowflakes or sequins or whatever here. And then you would actually do what I'm going to do now, which is I'm going to use the foam adhesive strips, but you would have the window sheet first glued down, then the foam sequins here and put it down on top, and it'd be a shaker. I'm not doing that. But I am using these foam adhesive strips. I think I used them on another video like a long time ago when this bundle aspen tree had first come out, because I don't know, to me, you really want this evenly raised up instead of just dotting dimensionals around, because the trees make it so fragile. And these foam adhesive strips just save me so much time of putting dimensional after dimensional. So foam adhesive strips, they're amazing, not just for shaker cards. We did make a shaker card at retreat though. It was a hit. We used the Noel die. So behind Noel was shaker. They told me they liked it. Spoiler alert if you're taking retreat in a box. Now, if this was a shaker card, I would just want to make sure there was not a hole big enough here for anything to leak through. Otherwise, you have the window sheet there, put it down with your sequins here, and now it would shake. But I am going to use a few cut up pieces of this foam adhesive strips to evenly raise up the trees here. I wouldn't use dimensionals. You could, but I wouldn't, because they're not the same height as these foam adhesive strips. So because I used them here, I'm going to use them in the middle. You can always use the edges of the foam adhesive strips as shaker cards, and like they're exactly the same. You just have to cut them, and is what I'm doing now. So you can just distribute these around as you see fit, and we'll peel everything off, protective coating wise. So is everybody getting started on your Christmas cards? I bet a lot of y'all have already started. You're probably finished. Not like me. I'm getting help this year. Because like with customers, there's a lot. But it is that time to start thinking about it. What are you going to do? You're going to do multiple designs so you can use all your stamps. That's the best option. And it's time to start ordering your paper, your envelopes. I'm just going to place this down right. I'm more looking at the card base to center it over the card base. Order your envelopes, your white cardstock, ribbon, like start, thinking what might possibly go on back order or not orderable. Let me get it now, etc. Okay, so there is the card. Now we're going to, that part of the card, we're going to add our greeting. So I'm going to add some adhesive to it, and then I'll figure out where it's going to be on here and see where I might need a little foam to stabilize it. So I'm putting this toward the top, centered left to right. So right there, that big open space is a blank. So I just stuck a piece of foam adhesive strip there. Then we're using that same trim, but in gold to do a bow. Don't worry, I wasn't supposed to tuck it under this time. So it's all right. Haven't even started, Cindy. I know. Don't you feel behind? Like it's stressful, but also it's fun. It's fun when we make them, but yeah, it's like, dang. But it is November 1st. You probably want to mail them by December 1st, right? In general. You don't have to, but so it's time. Get y'all's envelopes. Get your supplies, get your design picked out. All the choices are out there. There it is, little gold bow, so pretty. I love this one. This is my favorite one. Yeah, it's time. It's time. Get a little more of the people. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I feel like a little more of the people show in my first one. So if you want this class packet, I'll send it to you in December. You'll get it at the beginning of December, and you can make these 4 cards for 4 special people. Here are the 3 cards we made today. You can see or say which one you like best. Also, 1, 2, or 3. That's the order they were made in. And then, but I do want to show you the other card, because if you get this class free, you get 4 cards, not just 3. I made cards for my mom with with labels for all her people and delivered them last weekend so she can write them out. That is amazing, Cheryl. Look at that, y'all. That's good. That is somebody who's on top of it. Thank you, guys. I can't see Facebook users' names today because my iPad is, I'm not going to call it a bad name, but I'm mad at it, although it might be Facebook's fault. Anyway, so I can't see your name, but thank you very much. Thank you. It might be Pat. Lori, thank you so much. This card shows the magic of Christmas winter season. Thank you, Martha. Makes me want to sing over and over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. Exactly. V likes the 3rd card. Thank you, Sue. Sorry, Sue was the one who wants to sing. Thank you, Sue. Margie, thank you. All beautiful. I have to choose number 2. Okay, so here is the 4th card. So, of course, y'all know me. It's like we've colored 2 cards. I'm done coloring. I did use both of the snowy hills. So you see the smaller one there and the larger one here. We stamped the horse and sleigh in pebbled path. This is a pebbled path card base. Embossed the background with the snowfall sky embossing folder. Peace on earth. Gorgeous. And then just a strip. That is one long strip of the silver behind it. I couldn't deal with doing 2 small pieces of silver, even though it probably would have saved me some twine there. So that's the free class you can get this month with this host code right here, 25 or more, 50 or more. Also get you the free full packet of the gold and silver trim. That's by November 15th. And of course, just make sure you're on my email list at 1 o'clock today. You'll get an email with all that info and the links and everything. On my blog, stamptherapist.com at 11 a.m. Central is going to be these recipe cards for the 3 cards I made today. And that will give you the measurements and the supply list. I think I did put the silver and gold on here, but it's no longer available. On my blog supply list, the silver and gold is not listed, that glimmer paper, because it's no longer available. But everything else should be listed. Tell me if you see a mistake. I have measurements on the blog, supply list on the blog, full photos of all of these on the blog, and then these recipe cards that you can print or just view. MyStampinStuff.com is where I make the recipe cards, as well as keep my Stampin' Up inventory. And it's a searchable database for like thank you, Christmas, heart, tree, nature, whatever. So that's a service I offer as well. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Hey, Carolyn, need to order so I can send to friends. Exactly, Carolyn, don't we? Thank you, Santa. Okay, so I will see y'all next Thursday, 9 a.m. Central. I should be here. I can't think of a reason not to at this time. That'll be the Thursday before I go. I'm going to bring the camera back up to me. that'll be the Thursday before my team is getting together in Arlington, Texas on Saturday for Stampin' Up's on stage event, which is like our little, not little, but our yearly convention. So here, I got this box in the mail from Stampin' Up because I registered in time and paid the money and all that. And there's a bunch of good goodies in here, good stuff. But I don't want to show it in case anyone hasn't received theirs yet. I don't want to get in trouble. But thank you, Sue. But I'm excited. So that's what I'm doing next weekend, is gathering with almost 30 of my team members. Now, there's way more than that attending the Stampin' Up event, but that's who was able to get free, come be with us. So we're going to be at a hotel watching the event together. Some people will be stamping, some will just be watching. That's their choice. But just having a great time with each other, as well as going to dinner after. So I'm excited about that. But I'll still be on live on Thursday, assuming nothing terrible happens. So everyone have a great week and weekend and all that stuff. Congratulations again to our Texas Rangers fans. I live in Texas, so I live where the World Series champions live. If y'all are jealous. I'm going to point the camera back down one more time. And have a great week. I will see y'all later. Thanks, Anna. Thank you. Bye.